Alright, I want to give you a couple of examples of working with files in GIS and also how to work between the new version, which is ArcGIS 10, and the earlier version, ArcGIS 9.3 or so. First thing I want to do is show you I've got a aerial photo up here that I've already loaded in. I'm going to load in another shapefile. This is just a pond at my parents' house, and we can zoom in on the pond. Click. You can also click and drag a rectangle to zoom in on something. Go ahead and move this pond over where we can see it. Take the little hand, drag it over, so you can see the pond here and some fields and everything. Okay, so let's say I make this map, I make this project, and I want to save it. So I come up here and click on the Save button, or I go to File, Save, either way. And I'm going to save this in the directory I have for this class. So I'm going to go to GIS Class 11. I'm going to give it a name, called it Parents Pond Example. Click Save, and there I saved it. So now I'd like to point out a few things about the files there. If I go to Windows Explorer, so now I'm in just a Windows Explorer, here's that same folder, GIS Class 11. Again, this is not Art Catalog, this is Windows Explorer. And I look, and notice a number of things here. First off, here's Parents Pond Example.mxd. Okay, that's the map file I just saved. Now, realize that all that is a simple, small file telling ArcMap which shapefiles to use, where the shapefiles are stored, how far you've zoomed in. A lot of the work that you've done in the map is stored there, but the actual data files that show up in the table of contents are not stored in that file. And a lot of students will just grab this file and copy it and then open it on a new computer, and it won't work because this file is looking for all these other files. And that's another reason why, if you're moving between computers or backing up, you need to grab the entire folder. Now you also want to notice something I showed you in class. You'll see here I've got monpawpond.dbf.prj, SBN, blah blah blah. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 or so files. Those are all necessary for this monpawpond data file that's in GIS. So again, if you just copy just one or a few of those, it's not going to work. You'll also notice that this map 1 MAPA 1 meter map has got several files here, but it also has got a folder that it created and another folder called info that it created. All those are necessary for that file to work, and so you have to copy all of these if you're going to a different computer.
Okay, so in the next section, I talk about saving files for an earlier version of ArcGIS, which is always good to know, but I mentioned that the WIU campus uses version 9.3. That's no longer true. On WIU, we're up to 10.1.
Now, the last thing that I want to show you is that this is an ArcGIS 10 version of the document because I'm working in ArcGIS 10. And so this will only open in ArcGIS 10. But what if you've got the older version on a different computer? Say you go to the library or somewhere on campus, they haven't upgraded to ArcGIS 10 yet, but you want to work on this file. It should work fine. What you need to do is save a copy, and here I've gone to the same directory, and here I'm going to change it to ArcMap 9.3 document. That's the version that we have here on campus. And so Parents Pond Example 1, I'm going to change this to, I'm going to label it 9.3, oops, 9_3 to tell me, that's just so I know it's a 9.3 version, and then hit save. And now if I come back to Windows Explorer, I see that's saved here too. And I should be able, if I copied this whole folder to a university computer and used this double-clicked on this file, it should open in 9.3. It should look pretty much exactly the same. There might be a little thing here or there that you lose or change, but it shouldn't make a difference. So you should be able to work through the exercises and do most of your work and still move between the two. Note that both of these will open in ArcGIS 10, but only this one will open in ArcGIS 9.3. So by using this technique, by copying the folder with all your files in it, and by saving a copy as a different version, you should be able to move your work among several different computers, and you should be able to do work on campus.